that my mind is breathing in. Break out, I've got to see. Spent all my life holding all of it closely. I played it innocent, a feel of discontent. I'm finally facing it all, fearless. Burning the bridge that keeps us. I'm here and I'm feeling fearless. Exaggerated, that's what you assume. The story's over now, I must conclude. I am conflicted, watching where I step still, hanging in the balance. Not the life I want to live, I want to take it all. Standing tall, fear I weighed the person you are. Oh, break out, I've got to see. Spent all my life holding all of it closely. I played it innocent, a feel of discontent. I'm finally facing it all, fearless. Over the edge, feel like I'm floating through the air. The pain I felt is paid for, all is said and done. Oh, I am restricted, fixed upon the web. I need to kick the habit that my mind is breathing in. Break out, I've got to see. Spent all my life holding all of it closely. I played it innocent, a feel of discontent. I'm finally facing it all, fearless. Burning the bridge that keeps us. I'm here and I'm feeling fearless. Exaggerated, that's what you assume. The story's over now, I must conclude. I am conflicted, watching where I step still, hanging in the balance. Not the life I want to live, I want to take it all. Standing tall, fear I weighed the person you are. Oh,
Hey there, my name is Perumal Dekan. Happy to see you all once again after a while. It's been around 10 days since I made my last stream, so happy to catch you all once again this excellent occasion. Give me a second, I need to prepare. I've been doing some stream preparation. Give me a couple of minutes. Hold on. Want to get it done. All right. I hope you like the little waveform you are seeing in your screen. So inspired from John Hammond from his recent stream, I actually inspired by that, then added it in my stream as well. Hope you like it. So a little bit a small thing to make my viewers to engage. So I guess it's gonna work. Let's see. So you can feel free to ask me anything. So it's gonna be an ask me anything stream, and we are going to. I don't know. I don't have any plan what I'm going to do today. Hopefully, I'll be able to maybe. So let's do something, but before that, let's talk. Okay. If you have any questions, feel free to drop it in the chat. I'm ready to answer them. Um, I mean, for those who don't know who I am, so here is the brief intro. My name is Perumal Jagannath Ravi, and I'm working in a security domain for a while. It's been, to be precise, it's been nearly 9 years. So I started my career as network security engineer, doing firewall analysis, firewall support. Then switched my career into cybersecurity, and since then my journey has been amazing. I really love this. So through this YouTube channel, I am just sharing whatever the things that I am learning, and whatever the things that I admire, that I admire. So that's the purpose of this. Feel free to drop your questions on the comment and on the chat box, and I'm ready to answer them. So we will start something. I have no idea. Oh gosh, I literally haven't prepared anything. Typically, I mean, good to see Dharani bro is here. It's been a long time, Dharani bro. I'm seeing your LinkedIn profile. I'm seeing your profile. Your work is amazing. You are doing a phenomenal job. He's actually doing some Windows research. So he actually got that path. He was solving hack box challenges boxes frequently, but nowadays I'm seeing he's been doing Windows related research. I actually reposted your interesting posts. So hopefully I'll be able to learn them and do them as a content on my channel. No, I haven't using any voice modifiers. In fact, actually I installed that driver. Actually, I was not installing. I didn't install a driver before, but now I changed the driver of my microphone. I guess it's making the difference. It caused the difference. Thank you, Dharan bro, for being here. I love your work. Thank you so much. What else? I mean, for those who don't know me, I'm from India, from southern part of India, particularly the state called Tamil Nadu. Actually, so this is just an intro about me. What else? Anything else that I can do today? I'm just thinking what I can do. Why don't we do some liver? How about that? Actually, I recently got a chance to learn Sliver from the scratch. I haven't used it during my pentest stuff. Uh, Typically, I do use listeners like Netcat, standalone tools, not a C2 framework. So I haven't been using any C2 framework. Maybe I can do that over the stream. Why don't we set up Sliver C2 over this stream and make use of it in our upcoming uh, hacking assessments of CTS? Why don't we do that? I think that will be a good content to make today. Let's see. Let me start my virtual machine. I'm gonna use my Parrot VM to install. Hi Krishna Reddy, thank you for being here. Can you make complete tutorial on Kali Linux? No, there are plenty of tutorial on Kali Linux. Kali Linux itself, it's just a pentest distribution. It contains plenty of tools. So it's up to you to decide like which path you are going to choose. You're going to use it for penetration testing. You're going to use it for forensics because there are plenty of tools installed in it. So it's not particular. It is not specific to penetration testing. So I think I don't think the question itself makes sense because Kali Linux is a pentest distribution. So I don't think making any video on Kali Linux makes sense. So I think you have to be a little more specific. Any particular topic that you want to hear or something. I'm not having any plan to make any courses right now. Maybe I can do them as a video, like standalone videos. Yeah. Okay. Let me start the VM. Maybe I need to take my notes. I need to open my notes and keep them parallelly before I start doing this Sliver setup. Let's see. Oh, come on. What happened? Getting the weird error. You should check out Adaptive C2 as well. Pretty solid and stable than Sliver. Oh, really? I'll note that down, bro. Since I haven't tried, I just want to start with Sliver first. That's the reason. I haven't used C2 before, so I want to start with Sliver. I also have C2s like Mythic in my mind. So I heard the Mythic is little I think it is for it is little advanced. So I don't know, like even I got a couple of video references like how to set up Mythic, but I want to begin with Sliver. But surely I'll note down Adaptive C2 as well. I haven't heard. I heard that before, but I don't know like how the interface everything should be. But let's see. No problem. Okay, I guess I'm getting a weird error, kind of a BIOS boot error. Let me check. Unknown file system grub rescue. Let's see. I'm just trying to fix it. Maybe I'll start sharing the screen. Let's try to solve it together. Okay, I hope you like this new interface. So this is the new interface of mine. I inspired from John Hammond from his recent streams. I liked it, so I tried. I decided to use it in my stream. Okay, now I guess so. You are seeing the screen. So this is the error I'm getting. I'm trying to start a Parrot VM, but it says unknown file system. Grub rescue. Let's see how to fix it. I tell us to see the partitions, find the okay, so I think here they gave the steps. st0 ms dos 1. Okay. Okay, I think I need to list every partition. st0, let's see, st0 unknown file system, ls ms dos 1 unknown file system, it says. I think I should add slash forward slash st0 unknown file system, it says ls ms dos 1 forward slash unknown command. Oh, come on. ms dos 1 forward slash says unknown c2 unknown file system. Let's see how to fix it. ins mode normal is mode normal. I guess it's a boot problem. Come on, let's see. I'm just gonna take the screenshot. Let's seek some AI assistance. I haven't encountered this error before, so I have no clue what to do. Let's see. Come on. Copy to clipboard. I have no idea on what topic I'm going to speak. I'm planning to do some Sliver setup. Sliver C2, setting up the Sliver C2 on my VM. So that's the plan. Let's see. So if I manage to set up Sliver C2, I'll be able to use it for various purposes. I can use it for pen test. I can use it for teaming activities. So I'm also planning to do some AV evasion, AV and EDR evasion, setting up some EDR tools like Elastic, Vazo. So there are some open source EDR tools, so I may set them up, try to bypass them from C2 by crafting various payloads. So I have plenty of plans. Let's see how it's gonna work. But the image displays unknown file system code indicates the group cannot find is necessary first command. So okay, likely to need to use a Linux live ISO because the partition appear unreadable from once boot into live environment. Reinstall grub manually. Identify your main partition. Sudo mount. But first I need to get into the VM, right? How about restoring the snapshot? Let's see. I already took some snapshots. Go to snapshot. Yeah. Oh gosh. Fortunately, I got it corrected. Okay. VM is starting now. So the habit of taking snapshots helped me in this. Okay. I hope you can see my screen properly. If you face any issues, if you're not able to see anything, please let me know. Okay. All right. And I wish to tell you about one of my scripts. Actually, I recently wrote an Ansible automation script, so which is gonna help us setting up our Parrot VM. Not only Parrot, it's also gonna help us to set up Ubuntu. If you're using Ubuntu and need to install sufficient tools for your pen testing, then maybe you can refer this. So let me get into my GitHub repo. So the project name is Parrot Build. I inspired this from IPSec. So this is what my Ansible project. So you can refer the initial instructions that you need to follow. So it's gonna help you to set up your browsers, some of the important desktop tools, Obsidian, along with Git, configuring the logging, setting up Bloodhound with the Docker, tmux config, installing some sufficient tools, then doing some VS Code installation. So I just split every activity as a role. So each of this role is doing its own work. So that's the thing. Then what else? Maybe I'm just going to update this. Let's see. Come on. The directory is Parrot Build, Ansible playbook. I think before that I'm going to update my report. It's gonna take some time. Okay. Let it take its time. Meanwhile, let's explore something else. I actually recently came across MCPs using Model Context Protocol, using AI to automate your day-to-day tasks. So let's go and check that out. Awesome MCP servers. I found it incredible. Carry on. Look at this Notion. There are plenty of MCP servers for. It is for, you can see the purposes here. So you can just filter out the purpose and look for MCP server which is suitable to you. So by click security, I could see bunch of MCP servers, Joe Sandbox MCP to just get your. So let me tell you what is MCP first of all. So I think I can just go. So before I'm setting up this sliver, I'm just planning to do all these things because my VM is getting updated. Okay. So let's see. I'm just trying to explain as better as possible. Let's see. Okay. The first thing is, let me try to explain this MCP. Okay, I think why don't I just record this MCP part, because I always like to record while I'm streaming. So let me record this now. So it's going to be a short video that explains what is MCP. Okay, fine. Let me start the recording while I'm streaming. So I'm going to switch this screen for a while. Hello everyone, my name is Perumal Jagan. Hope you're doing really well. In today's video, I'm going to give you a brief insight about MCP, Model Context Protocol, and an incredible repository from where you'll be able to grab plenty of MCPs and you can use it as per your requirement. Okay, so without further ado, let's get into it. Alright, now you are seeing the screen, and first of all, you need to understand what is MCP. So let's learn that. MCP actually stands for Model Context Protocol is an open source standard that allows artificial intelligence application to connect with external tools and data sources, enabling them to access and utilize real-time information security. Quite theoretical. So I'm just trying to explain this in an easy way. Okay. So let's see. First of all, let's say this is an MCP server. Oh, I'm gonna draw this. Wait a minute. Okay, I'll just keep it in this. And this one. I'm changing the font to black. What happens? I don't know how to use it. Actually, I've never used it before. Let's see. Okay, this one. End user. And let's say this one is MCP server. And let's say this one is your Ghidra. Let's say this one is your maybe Parrot VM. This one may be a virus tutor. Okay. Okay, I'll try to explain this. Typically, in your normal conventional architecture, it's going to be a server and client model. So server will be something that's going to supply us some information, and the client is going to request that information. So it's going to be one-to-one communication. So it was a one-to-one communication, but after the arrival of MCP, the whole landscape got changed. So let me explain how it is. MCP is actually sits between this client and server communication. So it is just a one-point communication from the user's perspective. So user is going to communicate with the MCP server, and the MCP server is something is going to communicate with other platforms and grab the information to the end user. So that is how this MCP server works. So the beauty of MCP server is it's going to collect all the information or the necessary information from these integrated utilities. Then it's going to supply the information requested by the end user. So that's the beauty of this MCP server. So you are using ChatGPT in your day-to-day life, right? So you are asking some question to ChatGPT and it's answering to your question. Similarly, when you integrate whatever the tools that you want or whatever the platform that you want with the MCP, then it's simple and simply ask MCP to supply or give some answers to your question related to that thing. For example, let's say Ghidra. Ghidra is actually a disassembler for malware analysis. It has MCP. So if you just use Ghidra MCP, then once you configured, you'll be able to load a malware into Ghidra and do the assessment simply by using this MCP server. So this is as simple as that. Similarly, the Parrot VM, you'll be able to customize your VM just to compare as an example. But uh, you can take whatever the VM operating system or application, anything you want, and then you can try controlling it via MCP server. And similarly, VirusTotal and any other tool and platform that you want to use. So I actually I came across this incredible website, and here you can see the list of MCP server. I think it has been introduced by, I don't know who introduced MCP. Who introduced MCP? I guess it's Cloud. Let's see. Yes, it was actually introduced by Cloud. Cloud is actually an AI platform. So this is the website of Cloud, and Anthropic is actually the company who is actually own this Cloud. So they actually introduced this MCP. It was introduced in the end of 2024, but it actually, the growth was phenomenal. The growth was majestic. So it grew a lot since then. So you can see the list of kind of topics and the MCP servers that are available. Now I chose security here, and under security I'm able to see plenty of MCP servers available. So you can just click them and check for the procedure, like how to integrate it with your MCP. Then you can start using them. And also there is an awesome MCP servers GitHub repo. You can simply scroll down here to check out the list of available MCP servers. So this is the beauty of MCP, and I'm also planning to make some of the MCP setup videos. Hopefully you will be able to see them in future. All right, I think this is what I wanted to share. I'm not setting up any MCP today. Simply I wanted to explain what is MCP and want to give you a couple of links about these MCP servers. So this is all. So this is all for today's video, and hope you liked it. Yeah, if you really like this, do consider subscribing my channel and do all those YouTube algorithms, liking and commenting as well. Yeah, that's it for today. I'm gonna wind up. So we'll see you next time in another exciting one. Thank you so much. All right, I just did a brief recording of my MCP intro video, so gonna publish this today, hopefully. All right, so this is today's MCP intro. So while my VM was installing, I managed to make a short video for my channel. Ansible playbook my ask what pass. So I configured Ansible Vault and stored some secrets, since I'm gonna access GitHub, and this is how I'm actually using my Ansible automation script. So just one script, it's gonna update every tool, it's gonna install every tool that I want. Simple. So let it install. So once it installed, I'm gonna go and show you how to set up Cyber. So let's learn that. see, when there is a latest version, it's gonna take its time to download it, install on my VM. Okay. All right. So I think I should start giving you some intro to Sliver. I'm also opening my notes in parallel. Not gonna show it over the stream.
I am able to keep pushing my limits and all the drive that I have. Well, I'm going the distance with you. I didn't know what I had till I knew what was missing, and everything that I dread. Well, I built a resistance with you. Catch me when I fall, and I'll keep you on the ground.
Gosh.
You were gone, I wish you'd stay. I could look at you for days.
Sliver.
Time was well spent, that's when I knew that I need to spend my
Learn Sliver from scratch. Yes, this one. Okay, it's still happening. You guys could see my screen, right? Okay, so this is the link. So let me get it into the VM.
fast lane. I understand that you've been broken too many times, but I'll be waiting to mend your wounds from all you've taken. But if we listen to each
Learning C2 with Sliver. So let's read through this before we start. Before we start doing that setup activity. Come on. Yeah. So I'm still updating my VM. So meanwhile, let's read through this. So this is about Sliver and Adaptive C2. Sanjay bro referred, right? So let's see about this. Adaptix framework. Cool. Written in C++, allowing it used on all 3 operating systems: Linux, Windows, and Mac. Cool. Probably I can explore this one as well. Come on. Wow. Look at this extension kit. Extension is actually nothing but installing various tools depending on your purpose. Wow. Adaptix also looks promising. Oh, plenty of tools. For credential dumping credentials from LSAS, NanoDump. Wow. I think I'm gonna add this in my list to explore it in future. Adaptix C2 exploration. Yeah, surely I'm gonna do this. Okay. Now it's time for us to continue without any deviation. Okay. I'm planning to set up a directory. Maybe let me do like this. Mixer YouTube. YouTube make a sliver. Okay, Tmax new -s sliver, opening new window, learn this sliver. Okay, so let's read through this intro part. So this is the interface of sliver. So this is how it looks like. Installation, so it's quite simple, it's just a one-line installation. So I'm going to dissect this installation part as well. So while I'm going through this, so let me record this video as well, so I can just make it as a sliver intro video maybe. Give me a second, bear with me. I'm opening my notes about this sliver. Come on, where did I put these notes? Yeah, here it is. Okay, and also I need to open the official sliver link. I took a note of a couple of links, so let me open these links as well. Yes, I close this Adaptix part. Okay, so let me go and start recording this. Hey there, Permajagan here, happy to see you. Today we are going to see how to set up a Sliver C2. We are going to learn what is Sliver and how to set this up. Sliver is actually a formidable C2 framework. It's actually used by plenty of security researchers and also the attackers. So it's like a double-edged sword. It's all about how you're going to use it. So in this video, I'm going to set up a Sliver. It's quite easy. And also let's explore some basic things. So hopefully in future, I'll be able to make multiple videos on Sliver. So if you learn and if you get comfortable with Sliver, it is possible to use it in various places. During your pen test, you'll be able to use it. During your red teaming assessments, you'll be able to use it. For AV, EDR evasion, it's possible to use Sliver. And also you can create your custom payload. You can use it with Sliver. So there are plenty of things that's going to follow. So without further ado, let's get started. Now you are seeing my screen. So this is a blog that I came across, and also I took an official documentation of Sliver, and also an incredible Medium blog that speaks Sliver. Okay, now let's see what is Sliver, and you can see it's, as I said, it's a C2 framework. It's a command line framework. From command line, you'll be able to use your Sliver setup, and the installation, it's quite simple. It's just a one-liner. All you need to do. So actually Sliver simplified its installation through this command. So I'm going to use this particular install bash script and show you how this client and server model works. In fact, this Sliver is actually works the client and server architecture. So let me cover that in a moment. But before that, so there are some few things that you need to understand. What is sessions, what is beacons, and here is an interesting an image that depicts the architecture of Sliver, and you can see this one. So this is actually the C2 server, let's say. So this is where the attacker sits. So the C2 server itself having two entity, I mean the two units. One is called the server and one is called the client. So I'm gonna cover that in a moment, but before that, let's understand what is C2. C2 is actually known as command and control. It is very popular term among threat actors and security researchers. And command and control server is something is gonna control another machine. It's not controlling, maybe kind of an instructor. So it's instructing another machine to do certain task, and it gets the response of a task from that particular machine. So that is how it works. It's kind of a client server stuff, and the client typically will be a victim machine, whichever got infected. and the C2 server is something like a controller, a master. So it's gonna control this. It's gonna send some commands to the victim machine. So actually, the C2 implant is nothing but a program, an application or binary that is running on a victim machine, which is gonna collect the commands from the C2 server and execute the command and send the response to the C2 server, the attacker. So that's the basic stuff in this. And there are there is a difference between these sessions and beacons. So sessions, I think it is better to cover this later. Before that, so here they actually told how to set up a lab. So in this particular blog, they in detail mentioned how to set up a sliver lab that resembles the real attacker infrastructure. If you see the DNS server, they actually configured a local DNS server. They actually built a dedicated machine to act as a DNS server. Then they made the sliver to interact with that. So look at this one. I guess they actually mentioned about setting up the DNS. MTLS is nothing but the encrypted channel for the communication. HTTPS, using HTTPS. So in this blog, they talk about setting up a sliver lab along with the DNS server. Yeah. Okay. So this is the official documentation page. So I think it covers plenty of details. But let's read through this one as well. I've enjoyed diving into more red teaming tools over last couple of weeks. Spoiler, there is some theory. What is C2 framework? It's a command and control I just explained. And most C2 frameworks comes with general base set of functionality: command execution, file transfer, encrypted communication, automated persistence, automated tasks, pivoting. So there are plenty of things, plenty of purposes that can be fulfilled by using these C2 frameworks, and Sliver is popular among them, one of the popular among them. And you can see the other licensed C2 frameworks. So these are all the paid C2 frameworks that you can pay and get. I haven't used any of this, but Sliver is on open source, so it can be used. It's available on GitHub. You can use it for free. Some C2 basics. So let's see. There are some common language used when it comes to operating and using the C2 framework. Regardless of which one you choose, here is a quick rundown on some terms you might come across. Implant. Implant is actually a piece of code or a piece of binary, a piece of application that's going to be installed in your victim machine. So that is called implant. Beacon. So let's see what is beacon. Beacon is nothing but a term when the installed implant try to communicate with C2. That is what we call it as beacon, and can be interpreted as a pattern of communication between the target system and our C2 server. When a target system or a victim system try to communicate with C2, and that activity we call it as beaconing. So in C2 terminology, beaconing is nothing but that communication between victim machine and the C2 server. Then beacon can be interpreted as a pattern of communication between a target system and our C2 server. A target endpoint will periodically reach out to C2 server to check in and process any tasks issued from the server. Beacon interval is normally randomized for evasion and stealth purposes. So previously we have seen two terms, sessions and beacons. Session is actually a stable communication, a stable connection between client and server, C2 server and the victim. The beacon is nothing but periodical connection. So it is not gonna communicate C2. It's not a continuous communication with C2 forever. Instead, it's gonna communicate C2 periodically, occasionally. So that's the purpose of, and that makes the beacon more stealthy. Jitter normally refers to the random delay, sometimes in seconds, between beaconing intervals. Pretty much just random delay between agent reaching out to the C2 server. So whenever you hear the word jitter, it stands for the term delay. Staged payload. Of course, the term payload refers to the piece of code we want to execute on a target system. Staged part of this term refers to a small piece of code that will later load a bigger piece of code, kind of a dropper or in malware, kind of a loader in malware analysis. So it's a small piece of code that's gonna load another big piece of code, and that's the staged payload is all about. If you have a large payload to execute on a target system, it would set off an alarm bells at network and system level, or it would just really complex or use of a lot of bandwidth to execute outright. So staging this payload is essentially breaks it into different stages. So to load a bigger payload, they use this stage payload. Then BOF. So actually they tried explaining these terminologies. So let's understand this terminology before we get into the setup. BOF stands for beacon object file. So I'm also new to this stuff. Beacon object file is generally a custom code that can be written by the C2 operator that can interact and use C2 beacon APIs. It allows the ability for adding custom functionality and extending the capabilities of whichever C2 you choose to use it. To choose to use if it allows custom BOFs. Communications. When it comes to C2 servers, communication between the implant and the server is of course vital, but what is also just as important is their methods of communication. It needs to be reliable and covert. You will see a number of C2 servers communicate over DNS, HTTPS, MTLS. These are all the protocols that a C2 server typically uses to communicate, and some cases even more obscure protocol. In some cases, C2 framework can even use third-party services like Discord, Slack, Telegram. So these are all the typical C2 frameworks that you would see to just for the evasion, to dodge the security controls. So they do use this kind of security utilities. Okay, now so here actually they covered in a simple way. Now you get the good stuff. Sliver is a C2 framework designed for red teamers and pen testers. Of course, it's capable of generating implants that run on pretty much any system architecture, which is the reason I love this framework. Okay, so blah blah blah, all these things. Sliver allows for communication. Okay, the same thing. The Sliver installation. So here actually they covered